Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here. It is Zerday, July 31st. We recorded the last word this morning. I'll cover a little bit more about that, but we are down here in the Winding Cove. Once you guys land in the Winding Cove, jump on your Sparrow, and we will go see what Zer has to offer this week for his exotics. Now, if you've never actually driven up this direction, I know some people are surprised you can actually get up here through this little cave. If you're new to the game, figured I'd at least show you the easiest way to get to him. Right through this little cave right here. Run by all the, remnants on the ground. Hopefully there are no enemies up here. Got some compadres up here, so let's see what we got for an inventory. Alright, so quick reminder, we've got the exotic engram. Remember, this is a good way to continue to complete your collections of exotics. And if you've got all the exotics, at least it gives you a chance at a roll on armor. So keep that in mind. Let's see what he is selling this week. For the weapon, the one that continually seems to break this game. I can't tell you how many times this thing has been disabled, but they are selling the Telesto. It is a great fusion rifle. So the projectiles attach and detonate with a delayed void explosion. It may not sound that fantastic, but a couple things about this: it doesn't really have damage drop off, so you hit somebody much farther across than a fusion rifle typically would. You're still going to get the full damage numbers when the actual particles explode. This thing has been used to break the game multiple times. Maybe they've fixed it, who knows. But overall, it is a fun, powerful fusion rifle to use. It is a void fusion rifle, and it's just if you need a void, big burst of energy damage, and you've got a legendary in your exotic in your heavy slot, this thing is still going to put out some damage. So if you don't own this for some reason, it's been in the game for a while, since pretty much OG year one. But if you don't have it for some reason, make sure you buy it. If you do, I'm sure you've seen some of the shenanigans people have pulled off with this thing. Either way, got to add it to the collection, so if you don't own it, get it. For the hunters, I could almost skip over this thing just because the whole entire Aeon set is just not that great. It's really kind of a sad set. So the perk here on the armor is dodging grants the following to nearby Aeon called allies, which means anybody else wearing their Aeon exotic, because each class has one. So Warlocks will get extra grenade energy, Titans will get extra melee energy, Hunters will get extra dodge energy. Other allies receive a fraction of the shared energy if they're not wearing the Aeon exotic. Now, I've never actually put a group of 6 people together, see hey, if you dodge, how much do you give to each person? Either way, it's always related. You got Warlocks getting grenade energy, Titans getting melee energy. It's just one of those things we all wish was better. And the worst part is, you look over here, and this has 66 stats, totally spread. 11, 7, 16, 15, 7, 10, little strength, little mobility, recovery, discipline. That is not a bad stat roll for a hunter. It's actually pretty good. It's just on probably the worst exotic for everyone. So that's unfortunate. If you want something that just has good stats and you're brand new to the game, hey, throw it on there. It's not going to hurt anything, and it's a decent stat roll. But I can probably tell you, if you're hurting for shards, I don't even know if I would buy this to put it in your collection. That's about the only reason I would buy it. Just to put it in your collection, so your exotic engram or faded engram that you can buy up top isn't going to give you this. That's the biggest piece. Other than that, Aeon Swift, sorry, it's just not worth much. I don't see anybody using this thing. If you do have a build for this thing, please comment below. I would love to know. Now for the Titans, we've got one that, while isn't going to help you kill bosses any faster or do much more damage, this is the one, Line Rampants with jump jets. This is your mobility, traversal, get around maps exotic. So if you are a Titan, buy it. You just need to have these. It doesn't matter what the stat roll is, you just need to have it. This one is jump jets, provides additional aerial maneuverability, and enables accurate hip fire when you are in the air during lift. Now I don't think a lot of people use this specifically for the hip fire. It's a bonus that's there. Most people use this for, breaking the game, jumping to chests, cheesing certain things, and just being able to fly farther. Say something like the Whisper of the Worm mission. If you do that, having these allows you to basically skip an entire jump. It's also going to be able to let you fly farther, control your jumps a little bit more. Overall, if you're a Titan and you ever have to do any type of platforming in this game, which does come up every so often, you need to buy the Lion Rampants. Now, this is a 62 stat roll, but you don't have anything in strength, and you got some in mobility, a little bit in intellect. They're not the worst, I'll say that. You don't really need strength for jumping around, so in the grand scheme of stat splits, I've seen worse, definitely. So if you have a Lion Rampants that you pulled from collections and that's basically all you've got, pick these up, switch them out, and at least stick this in your vault for your traversal. It's a good one for every Titan to have. If you don't buy them, you need to have these just stuck somewhere in the vault. Keep them. For the Warlocks, we're going to wrap it up with Ophidian Aspect. Perk here is Cobra Totemic. Weapons ready and reload very quickly. Melee range is extended. So it's going to take the Warlock, which has the slowest but farthest reaching melee, to the absolute farthest. I think it gets all the way out to 6 meters, so it definitely gives it a bit of a boost. And then weapons also ready and reload very quickly. So this is just a general use exotic. Now the nice thing is, while 61 isn't the highest total stats that you'll ever have, you have okay stats like everywhere, but you have a decent amount of strength. And as your melee range is extended, you'll be using your melee a little bit more probably, just because you've got that smidge of extra range. But weapons reloading and very quickly, doesn't matter the weapon, doesn't matter the slot. They all switch, they all reload ultra fast all the time. So my advice, as a Warlock, try this thing out in PvP. It's a pretty good use all the time. Now, are there better ones in PvE? Yeah, there's going to be. But just if you want to put an exotic on, have benefits from it all the time, and not have to think about what it does, just kind of always get benefits a little bit everywhere. For a Warlock, this is a decent way to go. You got some strength, a little boost there, a little resilience, so you're not completely, like, you know, completely squishy in PvP. Recovery is not the highest, but nothing is like a complete trash stat that you might want to be decent for this class. So overall, if you have Ophidian aspects, you've probably experimented with them before. If you don't, and you just want kind of a general use exotic in PvP for just fast reloading and readying of weapons, you'll kind of be surprised how much you actually enjoy this one. It's not going to make you run faster or make a super last longer, but just weapons on the ready and reloads ultra quick. You'd be surprised how much that would actually do. So for the Warlocks, Ophidian aspects, not a bad one, not the highest stat roll, but actually in the grand scheme, could be worse. And that's pretty much where we're going to wrap up Xur this week. So as I said, we recorded the last word this morning. It's a podcast that I do. Had a great guest on, friend of the show, and just always a good chat. So that one's going to get uploaded to the YouTube channel later, so check that one out. It's also in audio form, so Spotify, iTunes, take the podcast with you on the go and listen to it there. So it's a good way to occupy some of your drives, or if you're bored at work, things like that. And then, of course, you guys have been fantastic with the support lately, so if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button and the alert bell. Keep my notifications coming to you. I'm less than 1,000 away from 50K subs, so if you guys are new to the channel, hit that sub button. Got a lot more content coming to you. Of course, Beyond Light is going to be insanely busy, so lots to look forward to there. You can also find me on Twitch and Twitter as Ebontis. If you find Ebontis in the cheetah, it's likely you found me. Thank you for your support. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave a comment. Even if you just want to say hello, I'll see you soon.